Hey everybody, Sean here, and I hope you're doing well. Today we'll take a closer look at Robin D. Bullock, so let's jump right in. If you aren't familiar with Robin, you can go to his personal site that tells us he's an apostle and his wife is a pastor, and they speak in a building called Church International. If we click on the pastor link, we see that his wife really is the main pastor. So that's a red flag from the beginning. But this video isn't about his wife, it's about him. And he's just another false prophet that still insists Trump is in office. Now, the video we're going to watch was put together by our friend at TED Thought. And this is just a short clip of him still ramping on about Trump and making up all sorts of stuff that you just have to see for yourself to believe.
And the Lord told me, He said, now the fight has left the heavens and it's in the earth. Now it's in the earth. Now we are in a full-on spiritual war. On the 6th it was still in the heavens, but after that day it dropped into the earth. What we would call, now listen close to this, what we would call an administration is not one at all. There is no administration right this moment in the White House. Now, I'm just telling you straight up, there's not one there. Now, you say, well, what are you talking about, Brother Robin? That sounds crazy. Well, I'm about to explain myself. I didn't know I was going to be talking about all this today until the Lord said I was. There's not an administration in the White House or in the Capitol. When the war left the heavens and came to the ground, this so-called administration is actually a regime whose sole purpose is to stop a prophecy from coming to pass. That's what it is. See, when King Saul was told by Samuel, today, your kingdom has been taken from you. Today. But it was years after that before Saul left office. But Samuel said, today it's gone. People say, well, you can't see that this man is the president now. No, this man is not the president. He's sitting in the seat, but that's not who he is. There's no anointing there. The rightful king is still the rightful king, and he will be the rightful leader. And it can't ever really change until he's voted out. And he's never been voted out yet. So, Saul's kingdom, from the day Samuel said it's taken from you, Saul's kingdom at that point became a kingdom that had one purpose: stop a prophecy from happening. Stop the man Samuel said God had chosen to take his place. And so, on the day, why do you think there's wire and razor wire and fencing and troops and force and show of everything around? You only see this in third world countries. The reason is because he's not right. And now this whole, what men are calling an administration, is to do nothing. Its sole purpose is to keep the prophecy that the prophets gave, that the rightful president would be in office again. And this whole thing is to keep that from happening. That's good right there. To keep that from happening. Now, for the most part, people don't know what's going on. It is the prophets that are at war now. It's just like in Judges chapter 6 about Gideon. The Midianites. Now, the Midianites means strife. That's what it means. It came from the Midianites. Midian came from the son of Abraham and Keturah. The Midianites are Arabians. This is the modern day. Now, I want you to listen to this now. All tyranny, I'm going to try to say this right. It says in Judges 6, put that up on the screen. Judges 6, starting verse 1. Come on, I've just got just a little bit longer, and I'm trying to move on with this thing. It says, and the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord delivered them into the hand of Midian 7 years, the hands of strife. And the hand of Midian, or strife, prevailed against Israel because of the Midianites. The children of Israel made them the dens which are in the mountains and caves and strongholds. And so it was when Israel had sown that the Midianites came up, and the Amalekites and the children of the east, even they came up against them. Notice that. It said they came up, the Midianites, the Amalekites. It's something that one Jewish rabbi said, Kamala is Amalekite backward. Is Amalek backward. And so it says the Midianites, the Amalekites, and the children of the east came up against God's people. And God's people couldn't do anything about it. Now notice this. From the time that Gideon was told to deliver Israel, from the time he was told, see nothing. There was 9 trumpets blew till he conquered Oreb and Zeb. 9 trumpets. See, you cannot break the hand of tyranny without a trumpet. You cannot do it. Biden means 2, a double-minded man. A double-minded man cannot deal with the children of the east. I'm not getting it clear. It's just like in the days of Gideon. You have people that control oil. You have people from that part of the world coming in, controlling. Biden can't deal with them. He can't deal with them. And then the children of the east, you have China involved. So you have the Midianites, you have Arabians, you have Saudis, you have all these people that are dealing in all of this oil. Because the Lord showed me, He said, babies don't bleed red in America now, they bleed oil. Because it's raised up above His own heritage of children. And so you've got all the Saudis, you've got all the Mideastern countries that are oil producers. Now you've got China, who is the biggest consumer of it all, and now they're the children of the East, and they're all coming in. And if they're going to oppress us the way they're doing, a double-minded man who is unstable in all of his ways could never ever defeat the children of the East. There has to be a trumpet blown to do that. There has to be a trumpet blown to do that. There was 9 of those trumpets in Gideon. 9 of them. What is that saying? This is what I saw the Lord do. This is what I heard Him say. And people may think it's weird. They may think it's silly. But all the Lord said to me, He said, is there not 9 prophets that will stand and hold their staff up and hit the ground and call the rightful President Donald J. Trump back to office and call him back home? Is there not 9 left? At least 9 that will utter the word Trump or trumpet. Well, I'm one. President Trump, come back. Go on in your rightful seat. Is there 8 more that will stand and not run?